Hello and thanks for joining us on a special holiday edition of Chicago Tonight. I'm Brandis Friedman. Here's what we're looking at.
Oh, hello.
How long you been sitting there?
I'm standing in a long time.
Okay.
Actress and comedian Lisa Ann Walter on Abbott Elementary and her upcoming comedy set in Rosemont. Talking to the queen of Chicago rock and roll radio, Terri Hemmert, as she marks 50 years on air. A spectacular nativity set at the Art Institute blends heavenly drama with earthly delights.
I came back from college and this was up, and like, you've got to be kidding.
And from root beer oceans to lollipop forests, a local man creates the Cinnamon Bears miniature world of Maybeland. And up next, one-on-one with actress Lisa Ann Walter.
Chicago Tonight is made possible in part by Alexandra and John Nichols, the Jim and Kay Mabey family, the Polk Brothers Foundation, and the support of these donors.
It's been nearly 2 months since the SAG-AFTRA strike ended and actors returned to work. Among these creatives is Lisa Ann Walter, who plays Melissa Chimenti on Abbott Elementary. Arts correspondent Angel Edo spoke with her about what it's been like since getting back to work and about her upcoming comedy set in Rosemont later this month.
How has it been? First off, being back on set and being with the Abbott fam and just kind of, jumping right back in like no time has passed.
I think you nailed it, Angel. That's what it's like. It's like jumping right back into, a room full of your cousins. You haven't seen each other for a year, but when you all get together again, it's like, you know who everybody is and you're making the same kinds of jokes and you understand each other and the rhythm. And when we say, no, this is the best ensemble I've ever worked with, everyone knows that we're not exaggerating. It's not a bum in the lot.
When I saw that you were doing the stint in Rosemont coming up, I was like, oh, maybe this is just kind of like a one-off thing that she's doing. But I realized that this is really your bread and butter and you are just naturally a hoot, I think.
Thank you. I started stand-up pretty soon after I moved to New York to be an actress. And 6 months after I started the first time on stage ever, I was doing featured guest spots on like It's Showtime at the Apollo. And I had no fear.
Look at those two. Look at them scheming. Nothing good has ever come from nerds whispering.
I wonder, what do you love more between acting and just kind of like telling jokes? Because I feel like there's such a relief that you can get in making people laugh, and you can do that whether you're being a stand-up or an actress.
Yeah, I mean, we have an interesting setup on Abbott because it's a ensemble, but we're working with 3 cameras all at the same time, shooting a mockumentary style like The Office. And those characters of our camera crew, they've sort of become secondary characters in our show, but you're making people laugh right there. Stand up, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like going into a room and all you have is your ideas and what you think is funny and their faces right in front of you and seeing the laughs that come out, the joy that you bring. The material is set. Like I have over an hour of material that I do, and it's about everything. It's about, I have 4 kids that I know of. I talk about raising my family and, trying to, and getting divorced and then dating again and kind of the life experience of a lot of women. But then I also talk about, what's going on in the world and music and what's on TV. And I might start talking to people in the audience. And a lot of times, because, stand up, not that it's interactive, like a lot of times people that are heckling are like, I'm part of the show, I'm helping. And there are some comics that are like, you're really not. You're drunk is what you are. And because it's New Year's Eve when I'm going to be in Chicago, I'm fully expecting a lot of that.
Should be a fun show either way. Lisa Ann Walter's comedy set in Rosemont runs from December 29th to the 31st. You can visit our website for more information. And season 3 of Abbott Elementary is set to premiere on February 7th on ABC. Up next, Paris Schutz and rock and roll radio legend Terri Hemmert in a conversation recorded earlier.
She's the queen of Chicago rock and roll radio and a proud member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This year she celebrates 50 years since she first walked into the doors at WXRT Radio in Chicago. And in that time, she's become Chicago's most beloved DJ, a professor at Columbia College, and the country's foremost Beatleologist, still hosting her beloved Sunday morning Breakfast with the Beatles radio broadcast. And we're pleased to welcome back to Chicago tonight radio legend Terri Hemmert. Terri Hemmert, it's so great to talk to you. We could talk all day, and we only have a limited amount of time.
Just talking about music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you walked in to XRT in 1973, did you say, boy, I'm going to be here for at least the next 50 years doing this?
I was hoping for 2. You really. And in fact, that was back in the day where it was hard enough to be a woman and get a job in radio. But about 30 years old, you'd start looking for another career. So I had that in the back of my mind. No, I did not envision 50 years anywhere.
And you became the first woman morning host, the all-important drive time morning host. Did that mean a lot to you, that
no,
milestone?
not at all. I didn't want to.
Oh, really?
It was an accident, actually. They needed somebody to fill in for 4 weeks. And that 4 weeks turned into 8 months, and I went in, I said, have you found anybody yet? And they said, oh, keep doing what you're doing. So 11 years later, they brought Lynn Bramer in to do mornings, and I told Lynn that he saved my life, because I probably wouldn't be standing by now.
Just because it's so stressful to do those
hours.
It's
exhausting, too, because Lynn and I were the same in that we didn't go to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening like most morning DJs. Of course, this is probably why I'm hoarse. I live like I'm still 50 years ago.
You have to go out and see music.
Yeah. That's it, and we want to live the life that our listeners live. So we ran on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a lot, and we both became great. Not together. I don't want to start any rumors about the dear Lynn, but we got really good at napping because you have to.
And the late great Lynn Bramer. So you've told this story many times. In 1965, you're in Piqua, Ohio. You see a picture in the local paper of a DJ interviewing Ringo Starr, and you're like, maybe if I do that, I can meet the Beatles.
Well, yeah. Actually, it was a teen magazine, one of those, you know, like what do the Beatles like to eat for breakfast and all that kind of crappy stuff. Far from journalism. But no, I saw a picture of Jim Stagg, who was a disc jockey in Cleveland at the time, and then he came here to Chicago to work at WCFL about the time I went to Elmhurst College to study. Theoretically, I spent a lot of time in the campus radio station. But no, I saw a picture of Jim Stagg interviewing Ringo, and I thought, wow. You know, because I listened to the radio. I was like one of those kids that had the transistor radio aired glued to my ear. And I knew all the songs that they were going up and down the charts. Whenever we go to Dayton, which was our Manhattan, you know, from Piqua, we would go to, and they had the window where you could look in and see the Wing Lively guys. And I thought, oh my gosh, I was like in Nirvana, you know. I really want to do that. And I kind of ignored everybody when they said I couldn't because there weren't any women on the air. So I went to Elmhurst, and that's where I learned how to do my craft, and also met the guy that gave me my first full-time air shift a few years later.
Wow, and you also did meet several members of the Beatles.
Yes.
Carol Marine, my colleague, told me this story that there was a concert she was at Wrigley that Paul McCartney was doing, and McCartney comes backstage to meet the governor. He's like, okay, meet the mayor. Then he sees you, and he lights up, and he gives you a huge hug. So clearly, this relationship
was embarrassing, but cute.
There was a mutual society of admiration.
Well, he knows me, you know, and he's very sweet. He and Ringo both. Unfortunately, they never met John and George, but they have been very generous in their kindness and connectedness. It's not like I'm doing an interview anymore. It's like we're chatting.
What do you chat about when you're talking? What do you get him to open up on?
Oh, well, you know, like one time he called me on the air, and the Sun-Times that day had done a feature on his daughter Stella, who was just starting her big designing career. So I said, well, we're getting a call from London from Stella McCartney's father, Paul. And he went, I've never been introduced. So right away, if you get them off, then they're open. And so I read him some of the things over the air, and how much she said her success is because of her parents, Paul and Linda, that they were remarkable parents, had a great family life. And I'm reading this to Paul, and he's melting on the other. So we just go from there and just talk about the values he had, you know, like he wasn't just your typical rock star. His family was number one.
Family was obviously we know how much he loved his
Yeah,
late
Linda.
wife, Linda, and all of his
Linda,
wives.
yeah.
So you've interviewed so many different rock and soul
Sure.
stars over the years. Any other interviews really stand out to you?
Well, anytime I get to talk to Mavis Staples, I'm a happy person.
All of us are.
Yeah, because she is just simply the best. She really is. And Chicago's so lucky to have her. She still lives here her whole life. And Brian Ferry, I'm a huge Roxy Music Brian Ferry fan. And he acts like we're old friends. Even his sons are really sweet too. They travel with him and all that. So I'm always amazed. You know, I was told that you shouldn't meet your heroes because they're going to disappoint you. That's not necessarily the way it's been.
In fact, you were telling me a story. You were talking to Mavis Staples, and a former person who used to court her popped in.
Oh, Mr. Bob Dylan, yeah.
Mr. Zimmerman,
Yes.
Also known as Bob Dylan.
Yeah, right.
Tell me, so what happened?
Well, she has told this story, and it's in books and stuff, so it's pretty standard, but the fact that Bob Dylan wanted to marry her back in the 60s, and actually she told this story to me for the first time years ago. We were at the XRT Free 4th of July concert, and I invited her and her sister because Booker T was there from Booker T and the MGs, and they're old friends. So, and Buddy Guy was a headliner, and they knew Buddy. In fact, Buddy called her up on the stage, and I got to escort her out. But we were surrounded by staff members and interns, and I got her going. I said, "So what about you and Bob Dylan?" And she said, "Well, he went to Pops and said, 'I want to marry your daughter.'" And Pops said, "Why are you asking me? Ask her." And then she said that he went then to Vonnie, her sister, and Yvonne, and said, "I want to marry your sister." "Why are you asking me? Ask her." He never asked her. So, but then years later, she told me the story about how they went on tour together, and they hadn't seen each other in decades, and he walked into her dressing room to say hello, and she said, "Bob, you could have had this."
And he was just too nervous to ever ask her. He was too shy. He was too smitten with her.
Yeah.
You go to Jazz Fest in New Orleans every year,
Oh, yeah.
my favorite festival, and I know
yeah.
you had an experience this year that was pretty traumatic. You didn't get to go because you were at a restaurant where a shooting broke out. You narrowly avoided getting shot, thankfully. How are you processing this this
well,
time
a friend
later?
of mine did get hit, and she was right next to me, and she got hit in the back, and the bullet's still there. But we just booked our flights the other day to go down next April.
So you're going back to Jazz Fest?
I'm going back. It was at my birthday party. I had 28 of my best friends there, and a restaurant I've gone to since '85 when I first went. And it was just a nightmare. It was just, because we couldn't see what was going on. We were at like a mezzanine level, so there were no windows there, but bullets were flying, and it was just very traumatic, and to see my friend fall right at my feet. But she's hanging in there. It's a matter of inches and those things, but it just reminds you that you could go any minute. It's kind of one of those things. It was kind of a spiritual moment of calmness at one point when I thought, wow, this is really a weird way to go on my 75th birthday in a restaurant in my soul city. Chicago's home, and New Orleans is my soul city.
And at one of your favorite events.
Yeah, and to go that way, but I thought, well, this is it. And it's funny how you never know. And if it ever happens again, it might be a totally different reaction.
Well, thankfully, you're still here to do more radio after 50 years. You're still doing
Yes.
Breakfast with the Beatles. We saw you
Yes.
taping it the other day.
Yeah, I love
What
that.
still excites you about the medium of radio and getting to connect with listeners through this medium?
I love radio, because I remember being on the other end of it and how intimate it is and how engaged I felt with it. You know, it's I've met listeners over the years that have called on me during their roughest times, you know, and sometimes welcomed me into their lives. And luckily, I sort of had some training for that, because I really did want to be a priest or nun or something. Not really a nun, but the priest had more fun. I wanted to be, but that never happened. That was even worse than radio. I mean, try going over the Vatican, you know. Right. But just getting to know them in good times and bad times, and some of the people I've met over the years, that has been the most satisfying thing. To me, it's not a great thing when people come up, "Oh, I love your voice," and like right now my voice is trashed because I've been sick all week. But when they come up and say, "You got me through a rough time," or you're the reason I'm a Beatle fan, or anything like that. It shows something really, there was a relationship there that I respect and acknowledge.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a Beatleologist, what do you think? What do you think it is about the Beatles that causes you to go so deep into everything about them?
Well, they were just, it's like when it happened, it'll never happen again like this, because we were all watching the Ed Sullivan Show that night at the same time. You couldn't DVR it or anything. You know, you couldn't get the video or the DVD. You had to be there. And that was a Sunday evening, and Monday we went to school, and that's like all we talked about. We were just freaked out. And I didn't think I was going to like them, actually. I didn't like all the hype, and I was a big soul fan, and I thought, oh, we need 4 Pat Boones like we need a hole in the head, you know, covering R&B songs with funny haircuts and all that. And I watched them, and I was won over immediately. There was just something about them. The music was great, had this energy and joy to it that you didn't often hear in stuff that was on the top 40 then. And just, they weren't rehearsed. You know, they weren't doing the guitars like this and looking at each other and smiling like they rehearsed it. It was spontaneous. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a whole lot of people went out and bought guitars and drums because they wanted to be in a band. They wanted to be, there's that sense of camaraderie that they showed us that we hadn't seen in show business before.
How many musicians, how many bands started just because of that moment?
Yeah, and how many people got into radio. I'm not the only one, that's for sure.
And you've translated that love to so many listeners for so many years, and many more to come. Terri Hemmert, thanks for joining us.
Well, one more thing.
One more thing.
The kids, the young kids, they're still into the Beatles. I host Fest for Beatles fans, and we get teenagers up at the Battle of the Beatle Bands. They know all the words, they know the chords.
Well, because they're still putting out new songs now and then, which I just listened to for the first time, which is a beautiful song.
Beautiful song. Well, thank you.
All right, Terri Hemmert, great talking. Like I said, we could talk music all day. Maybe we'll do a podcast where we can do that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right, well, thanks so much. All the best.
Thank you.
And we're back with more Chicago Tonight right after this.
A spectacular nativity set debuted at the Art Institute of Chicago 10 years ago this month. The Christmas season is the only time to see the dramatic work of religious art called creche. We visited the Art Institute in 2015 to see that rare display. Here's Phil Ponce with another look.
It's called a creche. It's a traditional nativity scene with the infant Jesus, the Holy Family, and the 3 wise men. But this one has a cast of hundreds.
A creche is a scene that at the very core shows the scene of the birth of Christ, but then in the Neapolitan tradition that we're showing here, you'll see that that expands to a whole cast of characters. So it includes the arrival of the 3 kings, the Magi. It also includes the annunciation of Christ's birth to the shepherds, and then a whole tavern scene which brings in Neapolitan street life or characters from daily life in Naples in the 18th and early 19th century.
Yes, the surrounding setting is Naples, not Bethlehem. Costumes reflect the Neapolitan fashions of the late 18th century. It's a mix of the contemporary for the era with the origin story of Christ. This creche was made in Naples, beginning in the mid-1700s by artists and craftsmen commissioned by the Catholic Church and local nobility. They really went for Baroque.
The making of the creche really became very particular in the 18th century. It sort of became an assembly line process where one artist would specialize in making the terracotta heads of the figures and in painting them. Another artist would make the actual wire armature of the body that can then be molded and articulated. An artist would make the silk costume. Artists would make the animals. Specialist artists would make the animals that populate the scene, and also the small still life objects, so that the silver table settings were actually made by silversmiths, and the miniature instruments were made by lute makers.
Installed in a 14 by 15 foot cabinet, the creche is a theatrical scene filled to the corners with ingeniously crafted figures.
The figures are made from a mix of materials, and we have on view in the gallery an example of how the figures are put together. So the body of the figure is a wire armature that's covered in a sort of hemp-like, straw-like material so that the arms and legs can be bent and arranged to help with the assembly of the scene. And then it has a terracotta head that's painted, and most of the time the hands and the feet are made of wood or of terracotta as well. And then a real silk costume is put on top and covers all of that armature.
The silk costumes are the reason the creche must remain in the dark for much of the year.
We're only able to exhibit the creche for about 6 weeks a year over the Christmas season, and that's because the materials are very fragile. The original silk costumes are likely to fade, and so it has to rest in the darkness for the great majority of the year, which is a great excuse for us to have the celebration around it every year at Christmas time.
There are believed to be only a dozen creches in the world of this quality and scale. The Art Institute acquired theirs from an Italian collector in 2013. It had been assembled in ad hoc fashion over years and comes from different sources. Though it's only on view about 40 days a year, the creche is too big to move.
So when we close this exhibition every year, we actually install a wall in front of it in the gallery and keep it in the dark for the great majority of the year. When you come and visit the museum in the off-season, you would never know that it's hiding behind the wall.
By the way, the word creche comes from the Old French for crib. The Art Institute's creche is on view through January 8th. You can visit our website for more information. Chicagoans who remember shopping at the Weebolt's department store might remember their Christmas character Patty O'Cinnamon, better known as the Cinnamon Bear. But they might not know that Mr. O'Cinnamon was also the star of a 1930s-era radio serial which followed his adventures through the enchanted world of Maybeland. The show charmed audiences for decades, but its biggest fan might have been Chicago man Ronald Konecki, who created a miniature version of their adventures in his Portage Park basement. Producer Erica Gunderson takes us through the lollipop forests and root beer oceans of Maybeland.
It's been years since these lollipop forests, root beer oceans, and glittering ice castles have been unwrapped in time for Christmas.
It is all based on a Christmas radio show. The radio program was called The Cinnamon Bear.
The 8-foot-wide diorama depicts the adventures of the Cinnamon Bear and siblings Judy and Jimmy Barton through the enchanted world of Maybeland. Their story was handcrafted in intricate miniature by Chicago hobbyist Ronald Konecki, who listened to the radio show as a child and later with his own family in Portage Park.
It started out in the 1930s, but we listened to it in the 70s on a radio show, and it was usually 3 episodes a day. So it usually started the Saturday after Thanksgiving, right up to the Saturday before Christmas. And what he did was he recreated every episode, which each one of these displays.
Most winters, Maybeland remains packed away. But this year, Konecki's son Tony has brought it back to life in hopes of finding a new home for the display. Tony Konecki says his father was always tinkering with miniatures. But Ronald, who died in 2017, never meant for his creations to be seen outside the family home.
He would be making models, airplanes, tanks, ships, figures in the basement on his spare time. And one Christmas, he built a smaller version of the Cinnamon Bear story for underneath our Christmas tree.
Silver Star? What Silver Star?
Don't try to quibble, crazy quilt. Hand it over gratefully and you can go your way.
In 1951, a TV series using the radio show's audio was created using hand puppets for the characters. In 1986, radio host Chuck Shaden interviewed Ronald Konecki about that first display for his Chicago Nostalgia show.
Where did you get the idea for all this? From, of course, the radio show, right?
Of course, Chuck, just like you listened to the radio show after school, and then the imagination just took over.
After that, Tony Konecki says his dad's ambitions for building a tiny Maybeland got, well, bigger.
I came back from college in '85, and this was up. And like, you've got to be kidding. This blocked out the entire windows. It was so big. Because when he was making this, you couldn't go down to the store and find crazy quilt dragons, pirates, magicians, so he had to be creative. This rabbit that was from a model that I actually put together as a kid It was a dinosaur model, and my dad took it, and he had a rabbit for this scene. The Wintergreen Witch, who was the main enemy in this, was actually a glow-in-the-dark prize from Cracker Jack.
Konecki says he's still not sure why his father was so captivated by the Cinnamon Bear's story. But now he's hoping there's another Cinnamon Bear superfan out there who would like to bring the magic of Maybeland home.
I like to see it go somewhere where people can enjoy it, look at it, and maybe go back to when they were a kid.
For Chicago Tonight, this is Erica Gunderson.
That's impressive. Tony Konecki tells us he'd love to hear from anyone who might have a place for the Cinnamon Bears adventures. His contact information is on our website. And that's our show for this Tuesday night. Join us tomorrow night at 5:30 and 10 for Chicago Tonight Black Voices. Now, for all of us here at Chicago Tonight, I'm Brandis Friedman. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy and safe, and have a good night.
Closed captioning is made possible by Robert A. Clifford and Clifford Law Offices, a Chicago personal injury and wrongful death firm that is proud to recognize its 20 attorneys who have been named in the 2024 edition of the Best Lawyers in America.